Good morning. This is Jesse Juanay Garcia, recording from home. Uh, I usually do it while I'm driving, but on the last few days I've been staying home. Um, I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible because it's a lot that I need to say, but hopefully it will be informational and of help to you guys. Um, on On Friday, the 29th, I believe, I came back from work and I found out that my daughter was tested for COVID-19 and tested positive. So immediately on that day, what I did is I called my company and I let them know of the situation and I told them that I could not go back to work until I was sure that we were all okay. So um, reason why is I didn't want to be infected or infect someone else. I didn't want anybody to test positive due to my being there. So I took off from work, and since then I haven't gone back. My daughter, after testing positive, she started getting very strong symptoms, and she was going through some very hard times during that Saturday and Sunday. On Monday morning, I went and tested myself, and I got the results on Tuesday morning, and I came out positive. It's very interesting how the coronavirus works because I didn't have any symptoms, but because of my daughter's being positive, I went and tested myself. As soon as I got the results on Tuesday, by Tuesday night, I started getting that dry cough. By Wednesday, I had fever. I have a loss of appetite. I very strong pain on my chest and my back. I I had diarrhea. Believe it or not, on June 27, more or less, I weighed myself on the scale, and I was 216 pounds. I'm sorry, 206 pounds. I weighed myself this morning, and I'm 189, meaning that I lost about a little bit over 12, 13 pounds, something like that, give or take uh, a few because of clothing and stuff. But anyways, I've been posting videos about how to protect ourselves, using gloves and using uh, face mask and using hand sanitizers and respecting social distancing, and all of those things we did. Unfortunately for my daughter, she's a major in psychology, and she worked for a clinic, and which she is a coordinator for people with issues. So she coordinate going to doctors, finding a place for them to live, taking them to court. Sometimes she had to go and visit in jail on the prison system. She goes to court. She goes to hospitals. So she is in the middle of the medical um, community doing those things. So she ended up being infected by someone she got in contact with. Um, it is impossible to be foolproof. I always said it. If you look at the other videos, you'll notice that I said um, that it's not 100%. You can wear a mask, you can wear gloves, you can use sanitizer, wash your hands, and maintain your social distancing. It doesn't matter. Eventually, the way things are going right now, everybody is at risk. I always said it. Um, I I see it on TV with all this rioting due to the um, George Floyd murder and all these uh, people out there with rightfully protesting. Unfortunately, during the pandemic, they're putting themselves at risk, I know that some cities open on Memorial Day, and all those people from Memorial Day that went to the parks, that went to the lakes, that went to the beach, that went to nightclubs, went to all these places. 2 weeks later, they're all testing positive. So all these people that are right now protesting on the streets, that are not practicing social distancing, that are not using a face mask, gloves, so they're not doing all the things necessary to protect themselves. Uh, Within 10 days, all of those people are going to be in contact with someone who is uh, carrying the virus, might not have the symptoms, but it's going to be infecting people. So we will look at an increase of cases day to day. Yesterday was like 1,500 right here in Arizona for the whole state for one day only, less than 24 hours. That means that people are still not practicing uh, the the guidelines of protecting yourself. I can tell you this virus is no joke. It is very strong. It is devastating to your body. Um, I felt really that I was going to die. I was in fear for my daughter because she was going through some tough times. Before I even got word, she was really bad. I was with a finger on the phone ready to call 911. Fortunately for us, we have the ability to prepare ourselves because I've been educating myself on this virus for a long time. So I went and took all the steps necessary. As soon as I found out she was positive, I went and bought everything that I needed: vaporizers, vitamins, cough syrups, fever pills, antibiotics, water, sport drinks, with potassium, which is good. I bought anti-diarrhea medication. I bought uh, for stomach comfort, for back pain, everything that I could think of. I went and bought, and I put in the house that would last me at least a month. Reason why I did that is because I knew that all those things will come into play: diarrhea, fever, cough. Um, you need to have a high blood pressure gauge in your house. I have one that is the one that you put on your hand, and it's portable, and it's a battery operator. It's pretty good. And my blood pressure was going up from 167 over 95, which is pretty high, to as low as 119 over 75, which is pretty low, and with a fever of 102, 101, 99, and back and forth. I couldn't even be laying down. I couldn't lean on my back because I felt like it was burning me inside. It's interesting that if you stay quiet while you're having all these symptoms, you can feel inside your body how everything is coming out, how the virus is moving. And a lot of people say, well, the coronavirus doesn't kill and this and that. And that is true to the extent of it's not the actual virus, it's the mutation of the virus in your body that creates other problems like respiratory problems, palpitations of the heart. Like my my heart at one point was pumping so hard and fast that I thought it was gonna pop out of my chest, and I felt really bad. Uh, when you breathe, and you breathe like if you were breathing a fire, it hurts everything in your chest. Um, when you cough, you think everything's coming out of your insides, that you're coughing so hard that you get a headache, you feel like your brain is gonna pop out. It's not a joke. It's not the flu. It's 10 times stronger and uglier than a regular flu, and there's no vaccine. So I have to take vitamins, antibiotics, cold syrup, and the antibiotics. I use a very strong antibiotic that I use it for 5 days, and I had to stop because it's bad for the liver. So I have to use, instead of that, after I use all of that, I started drinking orange juice and drinking Gatorade and things that will keep me hydrated, because you lose a lot of body mass and you lose a lot of weight and water. So you have to keep hydrated. The vaporizer is good if you can't breathe at night, but if you have asthma problems, you can only use it for a little bit. If you are, because that's a symptom that is going to attack, the virus is going to be attacking that area. So if you can breathe, turn the humidifier or the vaporizer, whatever you want to call it, and breathe. And as soon as you feel like you're okay, turn it off, because you don't want to fill your lungs with liquid, which is pneumonia. So you can, the respiratory system, the lungs, your throat, your chest, all of that is the area that is most at risk. But also you can have a stroke if you don't take care of your high blood pressure, if you don't take care of your fevers, you can go into a coma. It's nasty. It's really bad. I'm on my 14th day dealing with this. I'm on the tail end of it. Thank God my daughter is okay. She already went and tested. We're waiting for her results. Tomorrow, Monday, I gotta go and test myself, wait for my test results so I can go back to work. So I thought I was gonna keep it a little shorter than this, but I needed to emphasize that we are still at risk. There's still a lot of people out there that are risking themselves and others by not using the face mask, by not using gloves, protesting. We all gotta stand up and say it's enough of all that violence, and 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 the police, they're not all bad. There's a lot of good police officers out there, but it takes one to make something bad to make everybody else look bad. Same thing with the pandemic. If everybody's taking care of themselves, everybody's washing their hands, everybody's keeping social distancing, one person that is in the midst of that, not doing it, makes it all bad for everybody else. I thought I was secured. I said it on my videos. I'm doing the best I can to protect me and my family from this virus, and unfortunately, I could not. And now I'm living through it. I'm glad I didn't have to go to the hospital. I try not to do that, because it's scary when you go in there and there's people on respiratory accessories and things like that it makes you look even worse. So I like I said, I have been out since January 29. That was the last day I went out. Tomorrow I'm gonna go out to test myself, and then if everything goes well, I should be able to go back to work. I wanna emphasize this. Don't think of, a lot of people are saying that the coronavirus is not real and this and that. Okay, other people said that they have their conspiracy theories that the government created it. It doesn't matter who created it or how it came about. What matters is that it's killing people. It's more than 100,000. I don't know exactly how much it is right now, but a couple of days ago it was 103,000 dead people in America, and over 1.5 million or even more than that infected. So it doesn't matter what people say. I know there's a guy saying that it's a celebrity. I'm not even going to mention his name because it's not important when someone is downplaying the coronavirus. It's not even important to mention their name. But he said that he knows 150 people in his surroundings that he deals with and that don't have any symptoms, that haven't got sick or whatever. Well, great. I'm very glad for them. But if one of them gets sick, everybody else is at risk. So it doesn't matter if you know 20, 30, 100 people that you interact with and no one is sick, God bless them and God bless you. But if one of them gets sick, you better beware and be prepared. And there's a lot of people that don't have the means. A lot of people don't have the money to go and buy the things that you need to protect yourself. Luckily for me, I had savings and I could go and do and buy the things that I needed for me and my family. But there's a lot of people that can barely scrape money to pay the bills, to put food on their table. You think they're going to have the money to go and buy temperature gauges and vaporizers and medication that is cost so much that we have to like scout for? No, a lot of people don't have those things. So you need to be prepared, educate yourself, and stay healthy. And thank you for watching. I'll be happy to answer any comments. And if you want to subscribe and share my video, do by all means. It is necessary that people know what's going on. It is necessary that people know that this is no joke, that it is very dangerous and very painful. I don't really think that people realize how dangerous this is and how painful it is until you suffer yourself. I lived through it. My daughter lived through it, and we're getting out of it. But we hope that nobody gets as sick as we did, and to feel the way we felt. I don't wish anybody to have that ever. So thank you very much, and you have a good Sunday. God bless.